On the final day of its term, the Supreme Court issued a ruling on a closely watched case involving President Trump's move to restrict birthright citizenship. Natalie Brand joins us live from the White House, where the president just wrapped up a news conference. Natalie.
Ugochi, President Trump calling this a giant win. He held this celebratory news conference with his attorney general by his side. And in this major ruling today, the justices expanded presidential power, but they did not rule on the merits of the president's executive order on birthright citizenship. Now, dissenting justices called today's decision an attack on the system of law.
In a 6-3 decision, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled Friday to limit the power of judges to issue nationwide injunctions to block a president's executive order. The opinion, written by Justice Amy Coney Barrett, split along the court's ideological lines. Says in part, these injunctions, known as universal injunctions, likely exceed the equitable authority that Congress has granted to federal courts.
She's also saying very clearly that when people walk into federal court now and they ask for relief of an executive order, they cannot get these universal injunctions anymore. Instead, courts are limited in the scope, the remedy that they can provide.
The ruling did not touch the issue of birthright citizenship, protected by the Constitution's 14th Amendment. In the dissent, Justice Sonia Sotomayor writes, no right is safe in the new legal regime the court creates.
Federal judges in Washington, Maryland, and Massachusetts blocked that policy nationwide, saying it violates the Constitution. Their injunctions escalated all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court, calling into question the power of a single lower court judge to block a presidential policy.
The Trump administration's emergency appeal said the lower court's ruling should only apply to individual cases, not the whole country.
In the dissents, what you saw was an argument that, okay, yes, there is a proper process, but there are certain cases where it would be appropriate for a single court to issue a nationwide injunction.
The fight over nationwide injunctions goes back years, with presidents from both parties criticizing them, but the issue has been amplified by the Trump administration, facing more than 200 legal challenges so far.
And the president in his news conference said that now his administration can move forward with numerous policies that had been blocked, including his order on birthright citizenship. But legal experts are saying expect a lot more litigation at both the state level, also potentially in the form of class action lawsuits. And Attorney General Pam Bondi in the news conference says that she expects this to go up before the Supreme Court, or that the justices will take up the issue next term. Ugochi?